Tonight, we start with new developments in a tragic Elizabethtown shooting that happened over the weekend that killed a 15-year-old girl. Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for staying up late with us on the WHAS 11 team tonight. I'm Doug Proffitt. We have a new photo of the victim and a statement from the Hardin County school system. Late this afternoon, Caton Atwell was identified as the 15-year-old girl who was shot. Today, Hardin County Schools shared that they were saddened to learn of the passing of one of their students. Early Sunday morning, Elizabethtown police discovered 21-year-old Brian Harbison and two 15-year-old girls in Harbison's truck in a Lowe's parking lot. One of the girls was found shot in the chest. Police say Harbison was giving CPR to her, but she died later at the hospital. Harbison told investigators a gun was on the center console and unloaded. The other 15-year-old girl admitted to firing the gun, saying she unlocked his glove compartment, grabbed the gun, and shot the teenager in the chest. That 15-year-old girl was arrested and is charged with murder tonight. Harbison is charged with unlawful transaction with a minor and wanton endangerment. This morning, he pleaded not guilty to both of his charges. Tonight, Hardin County Schools releasing a statement saying in part, quote, Caton was enrolled in the HCS virtual school and previously attended Heartland Elementary School and Bluegrass Middle School. Caton's teachers remember her for her dedication and personal growth, end quote, tonight. Also new tonight, a man was shot and left stranded in Louisville after police say a person carjacked him in the Russell neighborhood of West Louisville. It happened at about 6:30 tonight near 11th and Jefferson Streets. Police found a man with a gunshot wound to his arm. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. He told officers that he was in the area and was stopped by an unknown person. That person demanded the man's car and then shot him. The person took the car, which was discovered not far from the area. Anyone who can help detectives, the anonymous tip line is 574-LMPD. And the all clear was given just before 4 this afternoon on the U of L campus after first responders checked out a bomb threat that came into the school's libraries. U of L says universities around the country today got the very same threat about a library at the same time. Nobody was hurt. Murray State University in Western Kentucky also got the very same threat. New tonight, the city of Louisville is asking for your input on how to stop those huge semi-trucks from rumbling through some Louisville neighborhoods. The problem goes back years, especially in Old Louisville, where they are known to rattle the century-old homes. Now, for the first time, they could be closer to a solution. WHAS 11 team's Alex Dieterer and photojournalist Levi Hammer heard the renewed pleas from residents tonight.
A fight 20 years in the making. Old Louisville, overrun by semi-trucks. Oak and St. Catherine Streets have been two of the main freight problem areas for years. Just like this one.
Many people have been fighting this for decades to try to set some regulation around the number of trucks that are using the neighborhood as a cut-through.
Whitney Bennett with the Old Louisville Mobility Coalition says the semis bring more than just a headache to the residents, citing noise, dangerous speeds, and damage to homes and streets in the Victorian neighborhood.
This neighborhood predates those facilities that those trucks are going to. This neighborhood predates the interstate. This neighborhood is for people and the residents who live here.
An issue decades in the making that the Louisville Metro Department of Transportation is now taking a step to remedy.
Freight drivers have a difficult job, so we're trying to balance those two needs and make sure that you can get from point A to point B without disturbing neighborhoods.
Research and Grants Officer Dustin Duncan was one of the DOT members answering questions and hearing concerns from residents at the city's first public input meeting to develop a freight mobility action plan led by HDR, an engineering consultant.
They're going to study patterns of existing traffic and recommend how we can better improve roadways, better guide trucks, and better build neighborhoods so that freight doesn't impact neighborhoods.
Our homes that are being wrecked are 200-year-old homes. You get 100 trucks down the street every single day that vibrates your foundations, your sidewalks, all those things.
President of the Limerick Neighborhood Association, Derek Podolsky, has been pushing for more street restrictions and an increase in police enforcement of semis in residential areas for nearly a decade.
And we started tracking these trucks and we realized we're looking at 100 to 120 trucks a day.
Hoping the local government will hear their pleas and increase enforcement. In Old Louisville, Alex Dieterer, the WHAS 11 night team on your side.
Louisville Metro's Department of Transportation is holding 2 more meetings for you to give your feedback on semis in your neighborhood. There is going to be one tomorrow in West Louisville from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Southwick Community Center, and then one in the heart of South Louisville Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Americana World Community Center on Southside Drive. A live look at what's formerly known as Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as the Texans defeat the Steelers late tonight. You saw the game right here on ABC and WHAS 11. It's got to be cold in Pittsburgh, and here in good old Kentuckiana, we have got snow, 2 different chances. And Mallory, so tomorrow is what, going to be the warmest day of the week?
Yeah, temperatures approaching 60 degrees in some spots. We're expecting highs tomorrow in the mid to upper 50s, gusty winds at times. But if you have any errands that you need to get done, head out tomorrow, because we do have 2 rounds of wintry weather on the way Wednesday and then again Friday and Saturday. The cold air will be a big impact, but also we have some rounds of scattered snow showers that are possible during those times as well. Max HD radar, all is dry tonight, just a band of clouds rolling through here. We're expecting partly cloudy to mostly clear conditions as temperatures drop throughout the 30s, and then once again, highs looking to soar into the 50s tomorrow. But we'll talk much more about the rounds of Arctic air on the way. That's coming up in our 7-day forecast. Doug.
Mallory, thank you. Looking ahead to tomorrow here on the night team, the city is opening the UPS plane crash site south of the airport for the first time to reporters. It's a guided media tour after businesses are being allowed back in, and the wreckage of the large jet is now in Texas. The view comes more than 2 months since the November 4th crash. Louisville Metro Emergency Services also plans to hold a news conference about the progress of the cleanup. Emergency Services Director Jody Myman and Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg will be there on location. The crash site is still closed to the public. You can catch our coverage tomorrow during our evening newscasts and stay up to date by downloading the WHAS 11 Plus app on your TV. Download on your TV and watch for free. And new tonight, the crowded race for the U.S. Senate seat in the Kentucky May primary just got a bit smaller on the Democratic side. Joel Willett is dropping out of the race. Willett worked as a CIA officer under the Obama administration. He officially entered the race back in September, first announcing his candidacy to WHAS 11's political reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez. However, Willett confirmed today that he did not officially sign the filing paperwork ahead of the January 9th deadline on Friday. Austin Horn of the Lexington Herald-Leader also reporting that Willett faced financial roadblocks and cited the unexpected entry of former U.S. Senate candidates Charles Booker and Amy McGrath. In a statement sent to WHAS 11, Willett said he met thousands of Kentuckians who have had enough of a system that enriches the powerful at the expense of everyone else, kills those who dissent, and gambles the lives of our soldiers on pointless wars, end quote. The primary will take place on Tuesday, May 19th. Kentucky lawmakers are entering the second week of the state's budget year, the legislative session this week in Frankfort. The big topic on the General Assembly's mind, oversight of school finances in both Louisville and Lexington. Lawmakers are signaling that they want a closer look at the financial decisions made by the JCPS school board as the district is exploring any avenues to cut $132 million from its next budget. JCPS Superintendent Dr. Brian Yearwood is set to present his first draft budget proposal to the school board next week. JCPS board member Taylor Everett telling us today that he seems to be on board with any proposed oversight.
Any oversight, any additional expertise to make sure we run this correctly and spend the taxpayers' dollars the right way, I'm all for it. Yeah, is there a chance that it could be micromanaged? Yes, but I am of the opinion that the more we can all collaborate on this, the better. I think it'll be better for students in the end.
Louisville Representative Jared Bauman, Republican, has filed a similar bill that, if passed, would allow the Louisville Metro Council and Jefferson County voters to decide whether to split up JCPS into up to 3 smaller districts.
And
brand new on the night team still to come for you tonight. A local artist giving us a look at one of their new art studio opening in the Portland neighborhood in an historic building. But first, Indiana lawmakers proposing some big changes to the statewide school cell phone ban. Why they're being so cautious and the changes parents could see along with the students next.
And here's a check of today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots. Mega Millions $215 million, Powerball $137 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.